Keeping everything running smoothly in a home isn't easy. Emergencies are bound to happen. Let's face it, there is no good time to have a water heating or cooling emergency. We have the ones you want to call. Joining us today from Affordable Plumbing and Heat is Chris Curtis, General Manager, and Casey Spencer. Guys, I'm so glad you're here. This is a pretty important topic to be talking about this time of year. We don't want to find ourselves in a mess right before it gets colder. So Casey, I'm going to start with you. Tell us about some of the services you actually provide.
Yeah, so obviously we offer the general plumbing, HVAC services, including emergency repair. But some services that people don't know or isn't really on the surface is we actually do trenchless sewer repair for people. That's their sewer lines going out to the street. And then we also provide air and water quality solutions for people as well.
Yeah, those are all things that we don't really pay attention to till we have to. So we don't want to have to be worrying about that.
Exactly.
All right, Chris, let's also talk to you about the fact that what sets you apart from someone else and why they need to be giving you guys a call.
Okay, absolutely. Here in the Denver metro area, the majority of our competitors hire commission-based technicians. At Affordable Plumbing and Heating, we think it's very important to employ hourly technicians. How that benefits the actual consumer is instead of having a salesman in your home, you have an actual skilled technician out there that's going to be giving you recommendations and options for repairs or replacements rather than trying to push a high dollar sale down your throat.
Yeah, it's kind of daunting when you feel like you have to have someone out to repair it anyway because it seems like such a big task. So not to have that is even better. All right, Casey, let's talk about some of the tips you might have for folks. I mentioned that the weather's getting cooler. Man, there's some things we can do, though, to keep ourselves from having a problem before that hits, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. So the first thing I always tell people is get your furnace inspected before it starts getting really cold and go with any recommendations a professional has for you because it's always a lot cheaper getting the furnace fixed beforehand than at 8 o'clock at night when it's going out. The other thing is actually something my parents have had a personal experience with, and that is making sure you disconnect your hoses from the hose bib. Because if you don't do that, it can actually cause the water line going to your hose bib to freeze and crack and flood out your basement.
Yeah, I may have had an issue with that one time.
Yeah, it's very common.
May have happened to me once, I believe, something like that. You know, Chris, I want to ask you something too. Why is it important for people to really give you guys a call before they start tinkering around and trying to fix it themselves?
That's something we run into a lot, especially with the internet videos and YouTube stuff out there. A lot of people try and dig into their furnace or their air conditioner and make those repairs themselves to save a couple pennies. One of the most common things we see with that is if you're not a technician or a trained professional and you start digging into that furnace or that air conditioner or even into your plumbing system, there's a great chance for you to make those repairs and those problems that you're having even worse and end up costing you more money on the back end. So our recommendation is to get a professional out there in the first place, have us get our trained eyes on it, and we can make some skilled recommendations for you from that point.
Not add any more dollars to that bill.
Exactly.
I hear you. All right, let's also talk about service contracts. What are they? Do you provide those?
Yeah, so we provide 2 service contracts. The first one is just called our Silver Agreement. It comes with a furnace or AC check, 10% off of all of our services, and then no after-hours fees, which is huge because all these problems seem to happen at the worst times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And our second contract, the one I really recommend, it's called our Gold contract. It's the same thing as the Silver, but we do 2 extra things with it. The first thing is we actually pull out the blower in the furnace and clean that out, which really improves the efficiency of the furnace. And then if the customer ends up going with all of our recommendations, we'll actually, if your unit ends up breaking from that, we'll actually credit the agreement's price towards the cost of the repair.
Oh,
so
I like that.
We basically ensure the equipment will last you all season.
Yeah, keep people accountable a little bit there too. All right, Chris, before we go, I want to hear about what your customers are saying. They've got to be really happy when they have you out.
Absolutely. One of the biggest things I hear, I mean, our reviews online really speak for themselves, but the most common thing I hear is our technicians. They really set our company apart. They strive for 100% customer satisfaction on every call. And that's the most important thing to us and to our technicians, and that's really what I hear from the customers the most.
We appreciate it, guys. Thanks for being here.
Awesome.
Let's remind everyone, call 303-428-4221. Right now, you'll get a free iWave air purifier with the installation of a new furnace or air conditioning system. Don't wait. Call today. The number again is 303-428-4221, or you can visit them online at affordableplumbingandheat.com for more information. They paid for today's segment.